Gulf Auto Insurance Thursday Night Showdown, presented by Church's Chicken.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a special Friday night edition of the Thursday Night Showdown, right here on Channel 57, The Cube, where tonight, the undefeated Kinkaid Falcons take on the St. John's Mavericks. Hello, everyone. I'm Todd Freed, Sports Director at Channel 57, The Cube, and welcome to tonight's very special Friday night broadcast. What a game we have between these longtime rivals. At stake, the championship of the Southwest Preparatory Conference, better known as the SPC. And what a sight here at historic Rice University Stadium. We have thousands of tailgaters here in the parking lot. A beautiful night for football. It should be a great game. We are proud to bring it to you live right here on 57. We want to thank our sponsors from Bayway Lincoln for bringing out the beautiful cars and all the great fans as well. Should be a great night. I'll be up in the booth with my colleague Craig Roberts. Brooke Bentley will be on the sidelines. And we'll be back with the opening kickoff. The Thursday Night Showdown on Friday night is next.
You're watching the Safe Auto Thursday Night Showdown on the Cube.
Hi everyone, Craig Roberts on a windy night in the great state of Texas, the city of Houston. We're at Rice Stadium. My colleague, of course, Todd Freed, setting the stage for this game. An SPC Division I title on the line. The fans making their way in. As Todd pointed out, we had literally thousands of tailgaters. Both teams out there now for the coin toss. Ray Parkinson is our referee for this game. The St. John's Mavericks will be in the home white uniforms, and in the dark and the black trimmed in purple, Kinkaid's Falcons. And Ray Parkinson is showing them which is heads, which is tails. Both teams sending out four of their captains, and while the coin is in the air, we remind you Kinkaid comes into this one 10-0, 5-0 in district, and the team they're playing, St. John's, comes in 8-2, also 5-0 in district play.
All right, Craig, it's going to be a great game. You mentioned I was out in the parking lot with all the tailgaters, and there were literally thousands of them. It had the atmosphere of a really nice college game day afternoon, but it was high school, and it was fun to be out there. The fans are now just making their way into the stadium, so we expect them to be a huge crowd. They've been playing this game for decades now. They've been playing it here at Rice University since the early 80s, and just a great setting for the Southwest Preparatory Conference Championship. And we're about set to get underway.
Kinkaid has won the toss. They will elect to receive, and their starting offense is presented by Church's Chicken. And of course, we have to start with Ford Childress, the quarterback, son of Ray and Kara Childress. You remember Ray as the great defensive end, down lineman for the Oilers, ending his career with the Cowboys. We won't spend a lot of time on that Cowboy career thing. And his son, a senior on his way to the University of West Virginia. All he's done, Todd, is throw for over 3,000 yards in 9 games, 40 touchdowns, and only 6 interceptions. That's where it starts. And St. John's, as they break the huddle, their secondary better have those track shoes on. They're going to get a workout tonight.
And you know, a lot of those games, they pulled him early. He may have 50 touchdown passes. We talked to him earlier in the season after they beat Anahuac, and he had 8 touchdown passes in the game. He only played 2.5 quarters. Here's our defense.
So the starting lineup defensively for St. John's, and again, they're going to have their hands full. Grayson Crady, one of the corners, a good ball player, Ben Griffin, one of their leaders, second leading tackler on the team. Jack Craddock, who will be honored at halftime, one of those scholar athletes, is the leader in tackles for the defense for St. John's. You will see him line up occasionally at defensive end. He also is a linebacker. So here we go, as St. John's will kick it away, and in a double safety will be the Falcons. The Falcons in the dark uniform, St. John's, will go left to right, but our first offensive possession will go to Kinkaid. And we're underway. SPC football is on the air, live and local. And we'll set up after about a 17-yard return by
Macon Wilson.
St. John's, Macon Wilson, who has only scored 21 touchdowns this year, gets his hands on the ball first for Kinkaid. And let's see what they are going to do. There's very little doubt, as Fort Childress has already thrown for over 3,000 yards. As I mentioned, 40 touchdowns and only 6 picks. And of course, they do run it. Wilson, the ball carrier, he is thrown down.
Great job on the right side of the defense.
Ben Griffin makes the stop. We said that Griffin is one of the more active guys defensively for St. John's. Griffin has 46 tackles, second leading tackler on this team coming in, make it 47. There's the dish off as they tried to set up the screen. Nobody was there. That'll bring up a 3rd down. Third and 10, the ball at the 25-yard line, just underway from Rice Stadium. It's the first night in the 7 or 8 week. I guess this is our 8th game, technically, where people have worn jackets.
Yeah, we're used to hot, steamy nights, but we got a nice, chilly, windy night.
And there is an interception, picked off. The 7th time this year he has been intercepted, and it's Douglas Berkman.
Great way to start off for the St. John's Mavericks. Not only do they hold them, but they get the big INT on Childress. You know, it's very windy out here, Craig, and Kinkaid's going to go into this wind for the first quarter. And I don't know if that played a part in it or not, but great field position for the Mavericks.
Well, St. John's offensively, they go with their quarterback, and he's quite a story also. Chris Gow, his dad, David Gow, heads up 1560 the game, sports talk station here in town. And this young man has rushed for 15 touchdowns. They run Bill Yeoman's veer offense, invented by the U of H Hall of Famer back in '64, and a lot of high schools still run this offense. Gow comes in having rushed the ball 143 times, 15 touchdowns. They get it done on the ground, you bet they do. Gow, Twerdy, and Avery have combined for 43 rushing touchdowns. 3rd and 1. The ball at the 30-yard line.
I believe it's 2nd and 8.
I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong. I know what I was doing right there, Todd. Thank you very much. I knew that they had not run 2 plays. Looked at the wrong sign there on the scoreboard.
That's all right.
Now we get the ball carrier's Gow. He keeps it on that inside veer. That'll bring up 3rd and short.
We expect Kinkaid to pass all night. We expect and we know that St. John's will run all night long. As you mentioned, they've done a great job all season long. They got several threats in the backfield.
3rd and 3. The ball just inside the 30-yard line. Our scoreboard indicator says it's 3rd and 30. I don't think so. So we'll go with what we see on the field. How about that?
Let's go with that.
3rd down. Nearly the man in motion. That's the charm of that veer. You pull it out of the stomach of the fullback. They fake Nathan Avery and the keeper, and the 1st down for St. John's. The Mavs 8-2, 5-0 in district play. The SPC 3rd place finisher in Division I, Episcopal, a winner last night. They moved to 7-3. Episcopal lost to both St. John's and Kinkaid during the regular season, so this sets up a pair that have not yet been beaten in district play. 1st and 10, the ball at the 15.
Now St. John's only 2 losses, which are 2 really good teams. Hempstead, highly ranked team, and also one of the top private school teams, Tomball Concordia Lutheran. That was early in the season, and St. John's has just gotten better and better all year long, and has gone undefeated, as you mentioned, SPC play.
Yeah, the statistics, this team, to give you an idea, St. John's not exactly a balanced offense. St. John's has rushed the ball for over 3,000 yards and thrown for less than 400.
No, that's not very balanced.
No, that's not real balanced.
But they do it well.
2nd and 7. Avery, the ball carrier, Nathan Avery, the fullback, who has 12 rushing touchdowns. You see on that veer, they go off the right guard's hip. Theoretically, this is obviously an option offense that was invented by Bill Yeoman. they have the likes of, in the early 60s, having to play Auburn, Penn State, Ole Miss, Alabama. They just didn't have the horses. And the way this thing, you line up, chances are, because of the wider splits, you're going to get a crease and you can pick up some yardage. And as Bill used to say, if you get 4 or 5 on first down, it makes things a lot easier.
It sure does. What a great coach.
Chris Gow, the quarterback, played a couple of years as a safety, but he is in an offense that's difficult. Backside pressure, incomplete.
All right, so that's 4th down. I expect to see the field goal team. What about our Bayway keys to the game, Craig?
Well, the keys to the game, by the way, that pass intended for Corey Haywood on the goal line. The keys to the game simply are how both defenses adjust to a scheme that they don't often see. Certainly not the veer, and then the spread. I guess you could say that St. John has seen that a time or two and has already got a turnover. But you know, it's like anything. Avoid the turnovers. And St. John's, certainly their key is to keep Kinkaid's offense off the field, to which they have done
doing a good job, and they will go for it on 4th down.
4th and 6, the ball at the 13.
It's a bit of a surprise, but
he is close, is Dan Twerdy, to the first down marker.
Yeah, it's going to be very close. Right at the marker.
Tailback Twerdy is a guy who's rushed the ball enough this season. He's got 16 touchdowns.
St. John's thinks they have it.
We're going to have a timeout for a measurement. Our referee again is Ray Parkinson.
We're not going to have to move the sticks very far.
Well, it'll be a 1st and goal if they get it. Let's see, he right at about the 6-yard line. Here comes the chain, ever so dramatically on this
a moment of silence, and he's got the first down.
Well, Ray stepped in front of our view, but it was about 4 chain links. Good enough. Here's another look at it as Twerdy takes the outside veer on the pitch, and he's run out right at the marker.
He made a nice move and then a nice stiff arm, and gets it by maybe a foot to spare. So 1st and goal for St. John's.
Matt Ellis on the stop, the junior corner for Kinkaid. Here come the Mavericks. 1st and goal from the 5. Gow on the keeper, takes it down to the 1. Avery helping out with the block. Gow, 6'2", 185, is a senior. He's rushed 4 rushing touchdowns, 15 touchdown passes this year. Let's make that the opposite. He has rushed for 15 and thrown for 4. As I mentioned, they don't throw all that much. In fact, Gow coming into this game had only thrown 64 passes in 10 games, which is almost unheard of in high school.
That's about what Kinkaid does in one game. Not really.
Or on one series. It just seems that way.
Although they haven't had it much yet in this game.
They mark it at the 3. 2nd and goal from the 3. Twerdy. Touchdown. Mavericks.
Well, great call to go for it on 4th and 6. And it pays off with the Mavericks touchdown. Nice little drive after the pickoff of Childress's pass. Not a long drive, but they got the job done.
32 yards, 9 plays. It took 4:12 off the clock after the interception. And Twerdy, who scored the touchdown, will try to add the extra point. Out of the hold of Chris Gow. There is a wind, but it's blowing crossways. And the extra point is good, and the Mavericks are on the board. We will send it to a break right now as St. John's jumps out in front after the turnover, and they lead it 7-0 over the Kinkaid Falcons. We're back at Rice Stadium. St. John's gets on the board first, 7-0 on the Twerdy run and extra point attempt. So let's send it quickly downstairs. Brooke.
Thanks, guys. Well, you mentioned in the beginning of the game the long-standing rivalry between St. John's and Kinkaid. These two teams have been playing each other since 1961, so it's the 50th anniversary of this rivalry game. Another side note, this game is also for the SPC championship. Both these teams are undefeated in the conference. So instead of waiting to play the game on a neutral site, they're playing it here tonight at Rice Stadium, and that means this game means that much more. Guys, back up to you.
All right, Brooke, and you saw the fine return by David Creston right there, and it puts Kinkaid in great shape.
That's a nice way to answer the touchdown. By the way,
53 yards on the return by Creston. Go ahead, Todd.
Brooke went to St. John's.
So
She's promised to be unbiased tonight, and we're going to hold her to it.
All right. Well, I think she can pull it off. I think it'll work.
All right.
There you see Creston, big smile on his face. The
Great
Falcons
crowd.
fan like that, and it's 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Wilson, the ball carrier. Macon Wilson, 21 touchdowns for the 5'11", 180-pound junior. There are a couple of guys in here. You'll see Sam Eggleston, who wears number 9, who's also a go-to guy both on receiving and rushing. And as I say that, here is Sam Eggleston on the carry inside the 40, and he is run out of bounds by Crady, the corner.
Brooke mentioned that this is the SPC championship, which we've talked about. Normally they have a one-game playoff to decide the SPC champion, but since these were the top 2 teams on the final regular season game, they made this game the SPC title. Plus it's on TV.
3rd and about a long one. Up the middle again, it's Eggleston.
Nice little fake. Got the job done.
Eggleston's a senior, 6 feet, 170 pounds. He's rushed for 9 touchdowns. And the interesting thing about him is, of course, they don't rush the ball nearly as much as St. John's does, but he's averaging almost 7.5 yards a carry. 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Just under 6 minutes to play in this opening quarter from Rice Stadium. A little windy, a little cooler. Nice crowd on hand for both teams, as you would have expected. Pass complete and out of bounds. James Britt, the junior receiver. Britt took it right off the line of scrimmage, gets it inside the 25, run out at about the 21-yard line, 1st and 10. 10 yards on the gain to Britt. Take a look at the various coaching staffs for both Kinkaid and St. John's, both having terrific seasons. Childress. Almost picked. Wilson was the intended receiver, and Jonathan Newar, who has 5 interceptions for St. John's this season, almost got number 6.
St. John's defensive backs doing the job so far. Just comes in, knocks it away.
Nice job.
Yes.
He came from the opposite corner. That sets up a 2nd and 10. Trying to get the equalizer here as Ford Childress looks to the sideline. Stephen Hill, the head coach. Once again, he's looking on the right side. That pass was intended for Forbes Dumas, one of the senior wideouts.
Once again, nice coverage by St. John's. Looked like a little mix-up also. Childress threw it a little bit longer, and the receiver cut back in.
So it's 3rd and 10. St. John's scoring after the turnover, the interception, the 7th time Childress has been picked off, as opposed to the 40 touchdowns he's thrown so far. Out of the gun. Wide open over the middle, Wilson. Down at about the 1-yard line.
That was pretty.
Macon Wilson, 74th catch, his 74th catch. And this is 9 games and 1 quarter. He's got 74 catches, almost his 22nd touchdown.
About 8 a game. Not bad.
1st and goal. And the scrum would indicate touchdown. No
signal yet. Well, Kinkaid signal, does that count? Fred?
No.
No? Yeah. But they all signal.
The officiating crew will remind them.
I just thought you had 7 or 8 guys signal touchdown. So
2nd and goal.
A lot of time here. I was going to say, they're going to have to
I know
hurry.
one thing, they're not going to punt.
Could be another quarterback sneak.
Eggleston is the lone
There it
setback, and
Who's in there this time?
yeah, Childress in there. 6'4", 210, maybe 215 pounds, and
He's a big kid.
he gets it in there for the score. That's his 5th rushing touchdown this year for Childress. He carried only 29 times coming into the game, so it's not something he does on a regular basis. Within 1 of a tie game, Benji Thomas will attempt the point after to tie it for the Falcons. Kick is low, kick is good. 7-7, we're tied at Rice Stadium. This is the SPC Division I title game. Falcons, Mavericks, tied. We're back at Rice Stadium, and Benji Thomas, who kicked the tying extra point, will kick it away here. In case you're just joining us, this game tied at 7. One nice kick return set up the Kinkaid touchdown. An interception helped set up the St. John's touchdown. And we go downstairs after Macon Wilson returns that opening, or the kickoff that Benji Thomas sent to him.
Thanks, guys. Well, we've been talking about Kinkaid quarterback for Childress' gaudy numbers. He's averaging over 350 passing yards a game. Well, gaudy numbers in college football, that would belong to Andrew Luck, the quarterback at Stanford, who looks like he'll be the #1 overall pick in the NFL draft. What do these guys have in common? Well, Andrew Luck's dad, Oliver Luck, is the AD at West Virginia, and he was instrumental in getting Ford Childress to commit to West Virginia. So there we go. That's where Ford Childress is going, and he's looking like he's going to be quite a fine player for them. Guys, back to you.
Ben Griffin was the returned that kickoff, and in a way, when you of course, we all saw Andrew Luck play for Stratford and know what's in store for that young man down the line. And when I looked at Ford Childress and saw some video of him, saw him work out, saw him practice and everything, it's almost the same body style as Andrew Luck. And of course, coming from a football family, Ray Childress, his dad, and Ray went on several other recruiting trips. And from my years of interviewing Ray, slightly intimidating, perhaps, walking in a room and say, "So, you want my kid to go to your school? Is that what we're talking about?"
Yeah, West Virginia was one of the first to make an offer, and I think a lot of schools tried to get on the bandwagon too late. And how about this for Ford, in that
they're going to re-kick, by the way.
It almost seems certain now that he's going to be playing in the Big 12.
Yeah.
How about that?
Against his dad's former school.
Exactly. No, his dad's former school will be in the SEC.
I said not against his dad's
not
former,
against.
Yeah, not against his dad's former school.
It gets very confusing, you know. With all the dads and all the conference changes, who could keep up with this kind of stuff?
Again, Ben Griffin on the return, although he, as you can see, muffed it, picked it up, but the important thing is no fumble. And not much of a return of about 3 or 4 yards. That previous scoring drive, 48 yards, 9 plays, 2 minutes, 18 seconds, and they rolled up, did Kinkaid 3 first downs along the way to the touchdown, the short touchdown run by Ford Childress. So here we go, 1st and 10, the ball 23-yard line. St. John's on offense. Chris Gow is the quarterback.
So that last drive by St. John's, their methodical 9 plays, 32 yards. What would we expect on a 75-yard drive? About 22 plays or so?
Nathan Avery was the ball carrier there for St. John's. Took that. And again, they run the veer. And a lot of teams, especially the University of Houston in the 60s and 70s, a lot of schools tried it. Not many could pull it off as well as the U of H did, leading the nation in total yardage and also in scoring in a short span between 66 and 68. Again, they stay on the ground as they have done all season long. This is a team that rushed coming into this one for over 3,000 yards, yet threw for only 388. They have 47 touchdowns, 43 of them rushing. So there's not much doubt about what they're going to do. And again, it's Avery, the ball carrier. 3rd and 4.
David Creston coming in and doing a nice job for Kinkaid. First man in the pile to make the stop. 5'7", junior.
Across that front line, the offensively, they go 240, 240, 210, 210, and 250. Not large in numbers, St. John, but they got some pretty good people. How about that? Pass complete. That is Risher Randall, tight end, who will also line up as a wideout, 6'2", 185.
Good pass. Defender was in front of the play, and he just lofted it right over him. Dropped the ball, but he was down already.
That'll move the chains. First down for St. John's Mavericks. Again, coming into this one, 8-2 for head coach Steve Gleaves. 5-0 in district play. First and 10, the ball at the 37-yard line. Gao was the ball carrier, quickly covered up by several.
A swarm of
including David Duncan, one of the linebackers. The linebacker's going to be busy tonight. We're taking a good look at some of the offensive and defensive coordinators for both St. John's and Kinkaid. So we're closing in on the 2-minute mark here in this first quarter. Nothing fancy about what they do, as you can tell. Gao, the ball carrier, and a few words exchanged there, as you may have seen.
Henry Waite.
Yeah, that's one of your scholar athletes.
One of our scholar athletes. We'll be talking to him at halftime. Great kid, smart guy.
3rd and a long 7 or a short 8. Take your pick, but St. John's needs to get a first down here. They are at their own 39-yard line. They set the 2 backs, split 2 receivers. Under center is Gao. Complete. First down, short. Short, no, I take it back. They have got it by about 1.5 yards, 2 yards. Give them a first down.
I think I saw a flag on the play. Let's see what the flag is. A nice pass on the run.
Gao rolled out and hit his man, but there is a flag. Holding it defensive. That'll be declined.
Let's go defense! Come on!
Well,
That's a good block.
Take your pick on that one. So the chains move. They do not move. Let's see. We're going to sort this out. I think he may have pointed in the wrong direction, but
I think it is a defensive holding.
They're talking to the St. John's coaches, so we'll see.
Well, I think in high school, and I could be wrong, it's a 15-yard penalty, so you'd be better off taking the penalty, whereas in the pros, it's only 5 yards.
Steve Gleaves and company talking it over here with our referee, Ray Parkinson, who's been busy in this first quarter.
Hey, Robert! Robert! Robert!
Yeah, it is a defensive holding, and I think they're going to mark off an extra 5 yards or so after about a 10-yard gain.
Holding on Thomas.
Well, that's a first down, and they've yet to move the chains. That's part of the problem here, part of the holdup. And I don't know why the chain crew hasn't figured this out by now.
Maverick 49-yard line. First down, St. John's.
Now they get with it. First and 10, the ball spotted 49.5-yard line. St. John's gets a fresh set of downs. Working our way toward the end of this first quarter.
That's him, Mike.
Avery moves it down to about the 42, so Avery had his share of carries here this evening, a young man who carried the ball almost 130 times coming into this game. 6'2", 180, he is a junior. Both these teams have sophomores and juniors. Private schools not having the numbers that we see in the UIL for obvious reasons, but they have some fine athletes, and a lot of these kids will play both ways. 2nd and 2, pickup of 8, ball at the 42-yard line.
First down.
Once again, it is Nathan Avery.
So a nice drive by St. John's to answer the Kinkaid touchdown. Really, I believe only their second possession of the quarter, right? For St. John's.
You are correct, sir. Henry Waite made the stop on that play. 1st and 10.
They're gonna let it.
Yeah, they're gonna let the clock run down. 7 clicks left on the stadium clock. That'll do it for the end of the first quarter. St. John's on the move, and they are tied with arch rival Kinkaid. We are 7-7 at the end of one from Rice Stadium. This is a Friday night edition of the Thursday Night Showdown as presented by Safe Auto Insurance. So we go with the first play of the second quarter, all tied up here at Rice Stadium, home of the Rice Owls, who had a wild and woolly one in a 73-37 loss to the University of Houston last night in the Bio Bucket game. So here we go. Chris Gow at quarterback. Look on the sideline. Both coaching staffs working it hard tonight. 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Gow rides the veer to the left side, and again, it's Nathan Avery on the carry.
You know, when I said 23-play drive, I thought I was going to be joking, but how many plays are we up to now?
That's our 10th with 10 plays on this drive.
All right, we're getting there. The last drive was 9 plays, started at the 32-yard line, so you add 1 play to that, you've got a 23-play drive.
Pickup of 4.
Well, no, that'd be 20.
Pickup of 4, 2nd and 6, the ball at the 34-yard line. Gow sets his backs in the I formation. There's the veer, and I'm guessing one of the backs went the wrong way. That's a big loss. Back to the 45-yard line. He pitched it. It's a timing play. Nobody was home. Here's our Church's Chicken replay.
There's nobody there.
Nobody there. As you see, Ray Parkinson drops the beanbag. That's a loss of 17. 17 on the loss. Third and 23 back at the 49-yard line. Again, back set in the eye, 2 receivers split to the bottom. Pitch, stop, no gain. Twerdy was the ball carrier. He was the fellow who scored the touchdown. Got nowhere on that one, so on consecutive plays, they lose 24 yards. First a loss of 17, a loss of 7 on that one as Dan Twerdy, who is also the punter, 6 foot, 190-pound junior, will punt it away on a 4th and 30 from the 42-yard line. That would be the line of scrimmage. He will punt it from about the 35. Punt is away at the 30, mishandled. No return.
Called a fair catch.
So Kinkaid will take over. St. John's had a nice little drive going there. 12 plays, 13 plays, something like that. They end up on the last 2, losing 24 yards and having to punt. Just underway here in the second quarter, all tied. Good look at Ford Childress. 6'4", 210 is his listing.
Let's see if he airs it out way downfield.
Well, he's been
I
known
think
to
he's
do
due.
that.
I think he's due for got the win now.
Interesting defense that St. John's almost soccer-like. They run like a 4-4-2-1, and they've got the box loaded up.
Inside handoff.
And they run it. Macon Wilson.
Pass complete to number 15, Macon Wilson. 8-yard gain.
8 yards on the pickup for Wilson.
Sets up second down and 2.
2nd and 2. The pass and run, picking up 8. Bring it around the right side. Wilson across the 50, and he runs out of room, runs out of angle right there. Ben Griffin, one of the safeties, helping defensively for St. John's.
Well, that little inside pitch or handoff or whatever you want to call it, it's been working extremely well all night long. One first left, then right, then left.
First and 10. Just inside the Mavs 49. Strung this one out. Eggleston, the ball carrier, nicely defensed by St. John's. Getting up off the bottom was Douglas Berkman, one of the backers, the outside backer on that side, who had the interception in the first quarter that helped set up the touchdown.
Nice job by Douglas Berkman to stop that play dead.
We have so many famous dads here, I keep thinking that might be Lance's kid, but I don't think so. I don't know.
Big hit, but
big
nice
stick.
catch.
Wilson on the reception.
That was Ben Griffin who came in with the big hit.
It was. Ben Griffin, second leading tackler on this team, and he's been busy.
Textbook tackle, but still a
first
first down.
First and 10 from the 36. Childress takes the short man, complete right at the 30. That's Sam Eccleston on the reception. They don't take a whole lot of time to think about things. They get right back in. The play clock, not a factor here. 2nd and 5 from the 31. Eccleston, the ball carrier, tripped up. He gets it.
Should be a first down.
John Michael Jones, one of the linebackers, one of the inside backers, tripped him up. Jones, 5'9", 190, a senior. Montgomery also in on the tackle. So 2 of the backers. Eccleston gets it inside the 20. These teams playing like they're double parked now. It's moving along. Eccleston moving behind the block of James Britt, who got out in front of him. 1st and 10. Or I'm sorry, 2nd and 2. Now I'm correct. 1st and 10 inside the 10. And again, it's Macon Wilson on the carry.
Well, for a passing team, Kinkaid can run the ball pretty well.
Well, if there is a surprise, and this is clearly it. Now, they weren't exactly devoid of the rush. They had rushed for about 1,500 yards coming into this game, so they are, to a degree, much more balanced. We have a timeout, and we will send it to a break. We're 7 minutes from halftime with a tie game, 7-7, Kinkaid on the move. We're live at Wright Stadium. All right, here's the situation. 1st and goal from the 7 as we come out of the timeout break. Kinkaid offensively with a nice drive going. This is the 8th play of this drive. Childress pass complete inside the 5. Eccleston, the ball carrier. Just simply rolls left, looks for the receiver, does a nice job. The corner comes up, makes the play, and they have a 2nd and goal from the 3. Here's the pitch, Eccleston. Stop. Yeah, excellent play by Ben Griffin, coming up to make the stop from his safety spot. Griffin's been very active. He and Jack Craddock lead this team in tackles, and they both been very active in this first half of play.
Griffin's been all over the place. Again, a nice tackle by Ben Griffin.
3rd and goal from the 2. Here's a different look. Eccleston in what would be the Wildcat, and he's in for the touchdown. That would be the Wild Falcon, I'm guessing.
That was a nice little play.
2 yards, Eccleston, the ball carrier. The touch. 10 plays, 73 yards. Nice drive. And
big hole right up the middle.
Kinkaid takes the lead. We'll see the extra point attempt here. Benji Thomas. Matt Ellis will hold, and the kick is no good. No good. So Kinkaid leads it, but misses the point after. 13-7. Eccleston gets the touchdown, and we still have 6 minutes to play here in the first half from Rice Stadium. Kinkaid 13, St. John's 7. This is a special Friday night edition of the Thursday Night Showdown, and we want to thank all our sponsors. Of course, we had the Bayway keys to the game, and the keys to the game, according to Bayway, and those of us in the booth, defense was going to be a big deal. So the game relatively low scoring at this point. That last drive, 10 plays, 73 yards, and 342 the last 2 yards. Sam Eccleston took it in. So we'll see what St. John's could do. Twerdy on the return for St. John's, and he is across the 20 to about the 27 or 28 yard line. Dan Twerdy returning the kick. And we go down to Brooke Bentley.
Thanks, Craig. Well, Kinkaid has been averaging 54 points a game, so they've been putting up a lot of numbers on offense, and that means for Childress, he gets to come out sometimes. Sometimes it's even as early as the 3rd quarter. His backup is JT Granado. JT Granado is the son of John Granado, the host on 1560. 1560 is owned by David Gow, the father of Christopher Gow, the Rebels, or the Mavericks, I should say, quarterback, St. John's quarterback. So it's kind of funny how this is all intertwined. I'll give you one other level. I also work for Mr. David Gow. I work for Yahoo Sports Radio. Gow Communications owns that as well. So I will try not to get too biased, but of course it probably wouldn't hurt me if I gave lots of compliments to Chris Gow throughout this game. Guys, back to you.
Okay, we will build the invoice. We'll go to David Gow for that 40-second spot.
So she works for David Gow. She went to school at St. John's.
Hey, and I have to say, I almost called them the Rebels also. She slipped that, and they were the Rebels when she was at school, and they have since changed. And I believe they've had 3 name changes in the total history of the school.
But now they're just a bunch of Mavericks.
Now they're the Mavericks. So here we go. 1st and 10. The ball at the 39-yard line. 13-7. Kinkaid on top. Inside veer again goes to Nathan Avery. John Granado's young son, JT, is a big, good-looking kid, and we can only assume he doesn't pay any attention to his dad. You suppose? Well, we do, and John's been around a long time, great guy, and it's good. You realize how old you are now. I was thinking about going to games involving St. John's and Kinkaid when my kids were at Episcopal, and both of my kids have already seen their 10th year reunions come and go. So I don't want to cast aspersions on John Granado being an older fellow at all.
John and I worked together back in the day when we both first came to Houston.
Twerdy was the ball carrier here, and as you can see, doing a good job. J.D. Johnson, one of the backers, first one there, a sophomore. And as we pointed out, in especially Kinkaid having a great season, they've got 6 juniors and a freshman playing defensively, and also sophomore, as you saw there, J.D. Johnson. So they've got some people that can come back. That brings up 3rd and 11. 3rd and 11. Chris Gow at quarterback. Almost had Avery in motion there. No flag on the play. Now we have a flag on the incompletion, but it wasn't for a man in motion. It may have been a hold.
Yes, it was.
You know, as long as we're making radio plugs, it became public this evening that I'm now an employee of Radio 1. And you'll be hearing News 92 FM loud and clear in the greater Houston area.
Well, congratulations.
Beginning November 14th, I'll be directing such maniac radio people as myself.
Very nice.
And Jorge Vargas in our sports department.
guy.
JT and Lana be doing the morning news. It's going to be a fun experiment, and we'd like to think of it as not an experiment, but rather an adventure and a very successful one. So look for News 92 FM in Houston beginning November 14th.
Congratulations. We look
I'll
forward
be
to that.
expecting the Freed family to buy early and often.
Okay.
Vales, your brother, be doing that.
I'll call him right now.
4th and 11, you'll probably wake him up. He needs his rest. 4th and 11, they'll kick it away. Querty, who's been busy tonight, gets a nice one away. Fair caught, no return. So Kinkaid, David Creston calls for the fair catch, and Kinkaid will set it up in pretty good shape at their own 35-yard line. There's a look at the SPC standings now. Episcopal played last night, so give them one more win. 7-3 overall. I'm not sure it was a district. In fact, I'm pretty sure it was not. Dallas St. Mark's, Dallas Green Hill, Oklahoma City Cassaday, and of course Tulsa Holland Hall.
And yes, they do travel to play those Oklahoma teams.
You know, at one time, and I'm thinking it was St. John's, I may be wrong, may have played Episcopal in China. Here's one that's really aired out, and it gives you an idea, incomplete as it was, it gives you an idea of the arm that number 7 has. He was looking for Forbes Dumas deep. He aired, as Bill Yeoman used to say, he lifted that underarm and aired it out.
That was a nice looking pass.
Jonathan Newar back in coverage for St. John's. 2nd and 10 for a brief visit to the sideline, bring the play in, and Ford Childress. You know, they always say, well, he's Ray Childress's kid. No, I think of him as Kara's son.
There you go. These days, it's more like Ray is Ford's son. I mean, you know, Ray is Ford's dad.
Yeah, it's like Oliver Luck.
The other way around.
No, but, you know, you have to remind everyone that Oliver Luck played because he's mostly athletic director, West Virginia, but he's Andrew Luck's dad. So the incompletion, he had to dumped it short as no one was open. Good coverage by St. John's in the secondary. We said their secondary was going to have their track shoes on tonight. They do load up to a degree. They run that 4-4 with 4 backers. As you can see, as they are looking toward their defensive coordinator to get some insight here as a 3rd and 10, the ball remaining at the 35-yard line. That's where Creston did the fair catch. Shotgun. Again, incomplete. Dumas, the intended receiver. And Griffin back in coverage. But Ford's having a rough throwing night so far. That'll bring up a 4th and 10.
Looked like he was open, and again, looked like a little bit of miscommunication. Receiver went one way, the ball went the other way. But nice job either way by the St. John's defense. Now, Ford also punched the ball.
Yeah.
And sometimes he doesn't punt it. He ends up throwing it or running with it.
Well,
I think he will punt it this
we have these 2 options available.
There's that crazy thing that they all do.
It's the rugby kick, and it's darned effective. How about this?
Yeah.
You got to get away from that one. Nicely done. Rolls dead inside the 15. 47 yards on the kick. No return. A net of 47. And St. John's will take over offensively. They've got close to 3. Well, you see it on the clock, 3:26. And boy, after the timeout or the last time St. John's possession, the coaching staff really got irritated. They thought there was either a face mask or a hold, and I mean, they were all over these officials. That was while we were in the break. And I know it's high school football, but I got news for you.
They were not happy.
They were not happy. 1st and 10 Mavericks from the 17-yard line. Again, Chris Gow, senior quarterback, played a couple of years as a safety. I believe his brother was also a quarterback. He's not going to like the way that one turned out. Good coverage by Kinkaid's defenders. Again, it's Henry Waite among those there. Loss of a couple on that one.
Yeah, somebody's down. Looks like he takes a knee to the back, perhaps. Not really sure what happened there.
One of the St. John's players is down at about the 8-yard line, and the training staff is going out to look at him. So we have a timeout on the field for the timeout, the injury timeout rather. There's our next game. It'll be Thursday, and I can't believe we're in November already, Todd. Brazos Wood Clear Springs, fill us in on how that matchup is shaping up.
Well, Clear Springs, after losing its first 3 games, they were preseason ranked among the top teams in Greater Houston. They have come on. They've won 5 in a row. They're in control of the district. Basically, with 1 win, they will win the district championship. They beat Pearland early in the year. They are undefeated in district. For Brazos Wood, it's been a disappointing season, to be frank about it. They have to win against Alvin tonight to have a shot at the playoffs. If they win tonight, they will most likely get in. So that'll be in League City, where we started. Well, that's where we had our second game of the season. So look forward to that next week.
Walt Baker is the injured St. John's Maverick on the field, and I believe he is now up. He's up, and he's walking away under his own power. So see a good look at the Kinkaid fans giving that young man a hand. There's a look at the huddle. So Mr. Baker goes off to get attended to, but he looks like he's in pretty good shape.
St. John's, after moving the ball well, their first couple possessions has been bottled down the last couple times they've had the ball.
Baker is the one of the starting guards, so obviously he has been replaced in that offensive line, and I believe Robbie Smith has taken his spot. So 2nd and 12 from the, well, right at the 15-yard line. Avery, the ball carrier.
Ball comes through, but they called him dead. They didn't call him dead. He's
no,
alive.
I got it.
The play is dead.
I got you.
I just thought I would say that before you jumped.
No. I was tapping to the music in the background. All right, that'll bring up 3rd and 2. The ball at the 25-yard line. And you could say this is a pretty big play here. 3rd and 2, trying to get something going. St. John's before halftime. They need a first down, and they are not going to get it. That was a whole load of people in there. J.D. Johnson again, the sophomore, one of the first in there. And also John Snodgrass, another inside linebacker, and they just jammed that up. So they're going to have to punt it away here from deep in their own end. And Kinkaid, with 2:06 to go, has got plenty of time.
Yeah, they called timeout. They will have loads of time trying to build over 13-7 lead.
Brooke, what you got for us down there?
Thanks, guys. Well, I was walking down the sidelines by the Kinkaid team, and I started noticing a trend with the hairstyles. They all have mohawks. Some faux hawks, not the full, real deal, but most of them, yes, have shaved mohawks into their head. They said it's their good luck charm. They do it every year for this game, and there we go. That explains some of the interesting hairdos, and you guys got to get some of them on camera. They're pretty good. Guys, back up to you.
We had to stop. I don't know if you know this, Brooke, but Todd was considering the mohawk, and he said he was more of an Iroquois kind of guy. And so I looked up the Iroquois, and I'll be darned if they didn't have exactly the hairdo that Todd sports.
Well, you know, it's my native side of me. But I told them I would consider the mohawk for this game. There just wasn't enough time to get it done.
Todd, I think that would be a good look for you.
Well, we'll see.
Maybe for the last game of the season, you go mohawk.
Of the football season?
Yeah, next week.
We'll talk afterwards.
All right. I'll try and convince you.
All right. Okay. Well, you're pretty convincing, so I might end up doing it.
4th down, and we'll see if they punt it away or not.
Run!
No! How about that?
Is that gutsy or what?
Big first down. Big first down.
That was a cool play.
Wes Wallace, not a guy you normally think is going to drift out there and catch a pass. Wes got it done.
Well drawn up play. That was huge.
You can tell that Wes doesn't do this a whole lot because they don't have his name on the back of the jersey yet. My guess would be, you know, you got to load up, you got to look good coming off the bus, so you get some of those JV players in there. There's the wide pitch, and that's not going to work. Ball on the floor. I believe Kinkaid has it if it wasn't whistled down. Boy, that was a quick whistle. That ball came out in a hurry. I thought Andrew Campbell, one of the safeties, may have had a fumble recovery. Watch here. No, he's down. He's down. Good call. Harris Green made the stop for Kinkaid.
Tough call because there were players all around them, but it looked like the right call. But that'll keep the clock ticking down to 1 minute to go in the half.
Yeah, our stadium clock and our clock here is
a little variable.
We're going to go with the stadium clock. It's at 50 seconds left in the first half.
That was a lateral.
Yeah. Nothing going there, a loss. And again, it's Harris Green up to make the stop. It's a loss of 3.
Now St. John's is taking their time. Looks like they may want to run it out. They got pretty good field position.
Down to 25 seconds, clock continuing to run. And this is probably going to be the last play of the half. Look out. And that'll do it. We are at halftime at Rice Stadium. Chris Gow was the ball carrier. That one went nowhere, but he did what I believe they wanted to do, and that was run out the clock. Kinkaid leads at 13-7.
Well, this is interesting. They're huddled up in the, there, and everybody's leaving the field.
Well, they're just going to have to wait for the rest of his teammates. They're going to maybe have a board of directors meeting, but we are at halftime.
That was pretty interesting.
You a little surprised at the lack of scoring so far? A couple of high-powered outfits, and maybe defense has taken over.
A lot of defense, and a little surprised that Kinkaid has mainly gotten it done on the ground. Not surprised that the game is fairly close.
Brooke is downstairs. Brooke?
That's right, and with Kinkaid, Coach Stephen Hill. Coach, you guys are up 13-7 at the half. This game is pretty close, though. Talk about what your offense is doing in the half and what you're going to talk to them about at the halftime.
You know, what they're doing is they're dropping a lot of guys in coverage, kind of what we thought they would do. So what we got to do is go in. We got to settle down. I think we got out of our game a little bit. We need to come back out, relax, you know, get a stop defensively. They get the ball first. So if we get a stop and then are able to drive down the field and put 7 on the board, I feel pretty good about ourselves.
You guys have been a pass-heavy team putting up some gaudy numbers. Do you expect to be able to do that, get those numbers in the second half?
You know, tonight we're just going to take what they give us, and if they continue to drop guys, we're going to continue to run the ball and have success with it. And just, you know, we're going to play their game and control the ball, control the clock a little bit, and you know, look to, if we can bring them up, hit them over the top of a little play action.
This game is for the conference title. What's the motion like for your players?
It runs high. You know, this is a chance for us to go back-to-back championships, and for our seniors, you know, this was a real emotional night. Gave a good speech in pregame, and you know, I hope we can go in and make some good adjustments and win this one for them.
All right, Coach, I'll let you get to your team. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, you heard it. Going to probably make some adjustments at the half, get back to their game. They're a pass-heavy team, so look for a bigger offense in the second half. Guys, back up to you.
All right, we will be back to Rice Stadium directly as Kinkaid takes that 13-7, and Coach Hill's absolutely right. If they keep dropping everybody in coverage, you might as well run the ball, but I know he wants more than a 6-point lead at this point. So looking for back-to-back championships are the Kinkaid Falcons. Todd Freed, Brooke Bentley, I'm Craig Roberts. We'll be back in a few moments.
We are back here for the Thursday night showdown on a Friday night. It is Kinkaid and St. John's at Rice Stadium. Kinkaid leading 13-7 at the half. Right now, some St. John's cheerleaders are dancing, and I'm actually with some former St. John's players right now. I have David Wynn to my right and Jim Bell to my left. David was the quarterback for the last St. John's team to win the SPC conference. You guys getting close right in here. And Jim was the running back for that team. That was 15 years ago. I'm going to date myself because I was a senior with you guys. So just talk about how special it is for you guys to come back here and see this game and knowing that St. John's is playing for that title.
Well, it's good to be back with you, Brooke, and it's fun to be here. This game is such a just an awesome rivalry. And when you put on top the SPC championship to this storied game, it's pretty intense, but it's fun to come back and see old friends and relive some of the glory days. It's fun.
Jim, do memories come back of taking the field here at Rice?
Absolutely, Brooke. 1996, St. John's, we were down 17-6. It's 13-7 now. So it was kind of similar. We had to come back, and David was our quarterback, and we came back and won. But of course that was after we played at Rice versus Kinkaid, and I think this is the 60th game. So this is very special to former players and fans. It's a great night.
Now, David, you've watched a lot of football. What do you think of the game so far? A lot of hype for Ford Childress, of course, the Kinkaid quarterback.
Oh yeah, I mean the kid's outstanding, and when you get both these good teams, they've had great seasons together. They've been amped up all week to play hard, and he's definitely a tough competitor and someone that you got to plan for. And it'll be impressive if St. John's can come back and beat him tonight.
All right, Jim, play coach. What does the team need to do? What does St. John's need to do to adjust in the second half to come back and win this?
Well, Brooke, I think we need to possess the ball, not turn it over. Conversely, we need to get some turnovers. I think if we can get turnovers, and I think both offenses are very good. We just have to force a turnover.
That's how they started the game, and that's how they scored.
That's what we need to do to win. Go Mavs.
All right, very good. Well, guys, thanks for joining me. It was fun. Good to see you. Yep.
See you too, Brooke.
All right, guys, back up to you. All right, and now we are going to go to a break, but stay tuned. We'll be back with more from Rice Stadium, St. John's, and Kinkaid. Halftime.
Here's a look at our halftime highlights.
Hold on.
All right, we started to give you a sample of the first half highlights. That was the interception by Douglas Berkman, and that helped set up this bit of business as Dan Twerdy takes it for a big first down at that point. Just does hit the marker, and he goes in for the touchdown. Also kicked the extra point, and St. John's was on the board 7-0. So the turnover really meant something, and the return here really meant something also, as David Creston returned the kickoff 57 yards. That put his team in pretty good shape, as the quarterback, Mr. Childress, Ford Childress, goes to Macon Wilson. He was down at the 1 yard line. A couple of plays later, Childress takes it in from 1 yard out, and we had ourselves a tie ball game. And of course, Kinkaid also got the go-ahead. Let's go back to Brooke on the sideline. And is that Todd on the far? No, that's not Todd.
That's
okay,
not
go ahead.
Todd.
Yes, I'm with the group from Church's Chicken. That would be Carlos Romero to my right, Mike King to my left. They are market leaders. And this is a good game we got on our hands. Carlos, I'll ask you, now you're getting to be our pro at high school football. What do you think so far of this game?
Well, I like Kinkaid is doing a pretty good job. That's why they're 9-0 right now. So, pretty good job.
All right, Mike, what do you think? The quarterback, Ford Childress, he's getting a lot of hype. He's going to West Virginia. What do you think of his play so far?
I think it's been pretty good so far, but both the teams are looking up. I think Kinkaid went into the locker room with a little bit more momentum, but it's going to be anybody's game in the second half, I do believe. And I just want to say it's great to be here in the middle of Rice Stadium, the home of Super Bowl VIII. It's just wonderful to be on the field today and just take it all in.
All right, very good. Well, of course, we got to talk chicken. You guys have a 10-piece special going on right now. Tell us about it, because this is great for families, great for Sunday football. Talk about what you got going.
Absolutely. We have a 10-piece all legs and thighs for $7.99, or you can get 10 tenders, all white meat tenders for $7.99. The holidays are coming up. Churches is a great catering location for any of your catering needs. So just come on and check us out. It's going to be great. Just anything you need, we'll have ready for you.
And Carlos, there's a 3-piece special too. If you don't want 10 pieces, you can downsize to 3.
Yeah, we got 3-piece legs and thighs with a honey butter biscuit, and also 3 tenders with honey butter biscuit for $2.99 right now at Churches.
All right, and then you always have something spicy, which is what I like. I like the spicy. So tell me what you got spicy right now.
Well, we have, you can choose either original or spicy and all the chicken, and it's real spicy, real good, fresh, made all day.
All right, and then if you're thirsty after the spicy, you got some teas, right? We have sweet teas, and tell us what you have.
Absolutely. We have the new Southern style sweet tea. It's a blend of Southern hospitality that you just can't beat. We sell it in the half gallons as well as just in our normal everyday drink sizes. It's great to go with our spicy chicken or really any of our other menu items.
All right, very good. Well, we have Church's chicken here. She's not a falcon like the Kinkaid falcon, but she's kind of like a mascot. So we'll keep her down here. All right, thank you guys for joining us. It's fun.
Oh, we're having an absolute blast.
All right, guys, back up to you. We are done. We're actually going to go to break, but of course we have more coming back here at Rice Stadium, St. John's, and Kinkaid.
Each week during our broadcast, we are proud to present the Primeway Federal Credit Union Scholar Athletes. And before we meet our Fab Four of scholars, let's first talk to Crystal Knight of Primeway Federal Credit Union. And Crystal, thanks for being with us. And we appreciate it so much. It's been a great season. Why has Primeway decided to be involved with the Scholar Athlete program?
Primeway feels that it's important to encourage youth as they dream and aspire to be something in their lives, and we just want to support them and let them know that they're moving in the right direction and give them some positive encouragement and let them know that, you know, if they continue to be disciplined in sports and in academics, that they'll be whatever it is that they want to be. The sky is the limit, and Primeway wants to support that.
All right, well said. The sky's the limit. Fun to be here at Rice University, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's a gorgeous stadium and good weather.
All right, beautiful. It's a beautiful night for football. All right, let's talk to our scholar athletes. Let's wait no longer because we have Henry Wait, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Henry, first of all, tell us about where you're going to go to college and what you're going to be studying, because I know it's pretty good.
Sir, I'm going to be playing lacrosse at Washington Lee University, and I'm going to be studying business.
Business. Tell me how hard you've been working in school and athletics at Kinkaid High School.
I've been working for 4 hard years in the classroom, taking hard classes, and now on the sports field. Obviously, you can see us here at the SPC Championship for the 2nd time in a row, and we're pumped for tonight.
All right, great job, Henry Wait. Wait no longer. And next to Henry, also from Kinkaid, is Rachel Feig, right?
Yes.
And Rachel, you play a lot of sports. Tell us about that.
I play field hockey, soccer, and softball. I played varsity for 4 years.
How do you make time for that and still be a scholar athlete?
That's a good question. I still don't really know myself, but I try to, you know, budget my time with sports and with academics because they're both very, very important to me.
How much have you valued your education at Kinkaid?
Oh, very much. Academics always comes first for me, and then athletics.
All right, speaking of academics, you've got some big future plans. Tell us where you're going to go to college and what you're going to study.
I'm going to be playing field hockey at Boston University next year, and I'm going to be hopefully studying environmental science.
Environmental science, what do you want to do with that?
Oh, I'm not sure yet, but hopefully something with engineering. So.
And you're going to play field hockey. That's pretty exciting.
Yes, I'm very excited.
How'd you get into that sport?
In 7th grade, we played at school, and so ever since then, I've been hooked. So.
All right, hooked on field hockey. It's a great sport, by the way. All right, let's move over to our scholar athletes from St. John's. And right now, we'll talk, first of all, to Catherine Dawson. Hi, Catherine. How are you?
Good. How are you?
All right. So tell us about the sports that you play. You're also a field hockey player, right?
Yes, I am.
And that's one of your rivals right over there.
Yes, it is.
So that's pretty exciting. And where are you going to college?
I'm going to Stanford University.
Stanford University, one of the best in the country, just like Rice University, where we're at right now. And tell us about what you're going to study at Stanford University.
I'm planning on studying human biology and then minoring in history. So.
Human biology, that's pretty good. What are you going to do with that degree? Do you know yet?
I want to be some type of pediatric doctor. I know I want to be in a hospital. I'm just not quite sure what yet.
All right, a pediatric doctor. How much have you valued your education at St. John's? Because obviously it's a great school.
It's truly been invaluable. Just the work ethic that I've been taught and trained, on and off the field is invaluable. Truly, I couldn't thank them enough.
All right, great job right there. Finally, last but not least, right, Jack Craddock?
Yes, sir.
Jack from St. John's. And Jack, first of all, tell us about how hard you've worked to manage your studies and your athletics, because it's not easy. I know it's a tough load at St. John's.
Yes, sir. It's a challenge going to a tough academic school and also trying to excel on the field. But Coach Gleaves, all of our coaches here, they really stress excellence in everything we do. And that's really the most important thing, is to do everything you can to the best of your ability and do it excellently.
All right, what have you planned for your future after St. John's?
I'm not sure yet. Unlike these guys, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm studying, but I'm excited for wherever I'll end up.
All right, how great has it been to be part of the St. John's football program and just the whole environment with the Mavericks?
No, it's really been a wonderful thing for the last 6 years to get to play for the Mavericks. It's bittersweet to have it come to an end tonight, but it's really special. It's the best way it could end against our biggest rivals on a big game, big stage with everyone out here. I couldn't be more excited.
All right, great job. What a Fab Four of scholar athletes. Tremendous job from St. John's and Kinkaid. Thanks to Primeway Federal Credit Union. Once again, we're proud to present our Primeway Federal Credit Union scholar athletes.
Nice job, Todd, mixing it up with those who, and I think most Houstonians understand that both Kinkaid and St. John's have high academic standards, and to have those kids put as much time in the classroom and on the playing field or on the court or in the water, wherever. Here's a look at our halftime statistics. Both teams even at 7 in the first downs. Rushing the ball, Kinkaid out-rushing St. John's. There you have the story. But how about this? Kinkaid only 56 yards passing. This is a team that came into this game with over 3,000 yards in just 9 games. So the yards totals really, really low from what I thought perhaps it would be. And no penalties. There have been penalties called, but none stepped off against either team.
Yeah. And like Coach Hill said at the end of the half there of Kinkaid, St. John's is playing the pass. They're putting a lot of men back in the backfield, so they're going to keep running until they force them to do otherwise.
Well, St. John's will get the ball to start this second half as Kinkaid won the opening toss, elected to receive. They promptly threw a pick. St. John's went in to score, so this time St. John's will be on the receiving end of the Benji Thomas kickoff. We have a double safety just underway, 13-7 Kinkaid. Reverse. Dipsy-do, little reverse here. Savage block, but the ball carrier dropped shortly after that. So St. John's gets a limited return, if you will, from Randall Risher, who will line up offensively at either a tight end or a wideout. He's got the tight end body there, and watch the block coming that just absolutely leveled Forbes Dumas.
But what about that tackle, though, by Keller Towns to drop him way back at the 15-yard line? So he had the big block and then the big hit by Keller Towns. And St. John's is back at the 15-yard line.
1st and 10 for the 15, just underway, second half from Rice Stadium. This for the SPC Division I Championship. Kinkaid, defending champs. They beat, I believe, Episcopal last year, did they not? Or was it perhaps St. John's? Todd, well, you're the expert.
It was one of those.
It was one of those schools involved.
Well, and the funny thing, we mentioned this earlier.
I think it was Episcopal, and that's just me, and if I'm wrong, I take credit for being a little bit wrong. How about that?
Episcopal won it 2 years ago. They had a great team.
Let's go, Drizzy!
So here we have a 2nd and 2. Really spread them out now as Chris Gow remains the quarterback under center. The give is to the fullback. That is Nathan Avery, who got the bulk of the carries in the first half. although neither team piling up the yardage in a game we had indicated defense was going to have to shine. And so far, so good. J.D. Johnson with the tackle. He's been very active. Only a sophomore in on that starting linebacker crew. They run a 3-4. 1st and 10. It was short, but it was good enough as they only needed 2. Ball at the 26-yard line. St. John's runs that veer. There's the inside give. And boy, that was 4 hands on the ball for about the first 3 yards. Almost didn't pull it out of the belly and let Avery hold on to it. But Nathan Avery, the ball carrier again.
They'll bring it back. 5-yard penalty against the Mavericks.
And that's the first step off we've had tonight.
Greg, it's downright chilly up here in the booth.
Well, we're high above Rice Stadium in the old press box here, and
is there a more beautiful scene than this?
No, we have a terrific view of the city, and the lights of the city, the profile of the city, the skyline, if you will, really looks great.
Downtown,
beautiful stadium.
Downtown to our left, the medical center to our right. It's an incredible scene.
1st and 15 from the 21 following the 5-yard procedure call. Gow will carry. He is tripped up and held and stopped right there. Andrew Campbell making the stop for Kinkaid. Campbell's a senior.
1 yard brings up 2nd down and 14.
2nd and 14, a gain of just 1. 10 minutes to go here, 3rd quarter. There's a look at the medical center and the well, for most Houstonians who've been here, they're well aware of how neat it is to come to Rice Stadium. And as you can see from time to time, plenty of good seats are still available.
Well, this place holds 72,000.
Well, it did at one time,
yeah,
but then they cut it down to about 40. But, you know, realistically, what do we have, 10, 12,000, maybe more?
I think maybe more, because you've got on our side much of the lower level filled, and you've got about 3/4 of the other side filled. So I'll check out the official numbers.
All right, the turnstile count will be in.
Yeah.
So after no penalties stepped off in the first half, we have another call against St. John's.
5-yard penalty takes the ball back to the St. John's.
So the step off, another 5 will take the line of scrimmage back. The original line of scrimmage is they have to go to the 31-yard line for a first down. They're at their own 17. So 2nd, and scoreboard's calling it 29. So
I don't think that's correct.
No, it is not. But they will go.
They need about 20 though.
To the 36 for a first down. Gow to throw. Not sure.
A little bit of contact.
There was contact. There was a receiver in the general area. That was Risher Randall.
The ball was not in the general area, so no flag was thrown.
Boy, they did a good job of stretching that play out. Got a couple of good blocks, but as you saw, Randall nowhere near. Randall is sophomore, 6'2", 185. Chris Gow has gone all the way at quarterback, as has been expected. He's 6'2", 185, a senior. 15 rushing touchdowns. Gow, Twerdy, and Avery combining for 43 rushing touchdowns on the season. And again, the Mavericks come into this one 8-2 overall. Kinkaid 9-0. 3rd and 19. Incomplete. Again, intended for Randall. Randall only had 10 catches coming into this game, and he has had at least 4 or 5 thrown his way.
And number 57 for Kinkaid, Henry Waite, almost with the INT right in the middle there.
4th and 19, and they'll punt it away from their own 5-yard line.
No fake this time.
Twerdy gets it away. Bounces at the 45, and they'll kill it at the 49. Wes Wallace killing it for St. John's on the coverage team, and Kinkaid has half the field to work with and a fresh set of downs. They lead at 13-7, 9:27 to play, third quarter from Rice Stadium. SPC Division I title game. Ford Childress at quarterback, the senior, on his way to West Virginia, 6'4", 210. 40 touchdown passes. A little tougher sledding tonight as Sam Eggleston gets his first carry of the second half.
Douglas Berkman coming in and making a nice tackle.
Jack Craddock also in on the stop. He was one of the scholar athletes, not sure where he's going to be going to school, but he leads this team in tackles. And if you're one of the area schools, maybe not necessarily Division I, and I'm not speaking out of turn. A lot of these kids end up playing football. A lot of them decide not to, but somebody might want to take a look at Jack Craddock. Great grades and a heck of a football player, and he makes the stop here.
How about all
the gainer as Macon Wilson moves the chain.
How about all the field hockey players of both of these teams and our scholar athletes? One thing, I had the opportunity to speak at the St. John's All Sports Banquet a few months ago, and I'll tell a little bit more after this play.
1st and 10 from the 35, so they got it at the 49 and have moved it smartly down the field. Childress collared, ball is on the floor, but Kinkaid will recover. St. John's doing great work as Alexander Soser, 6'4", 280.
Big guy.
Makes the stop, and he's a big fella.
He got his hand on Childress, and he was not going to let go, and I don't think Childress is used to this happening.
Well, he beat the block of Konstantin Zotos. Zotos is no little guy himself. He goes 250, but he went right around him. Childress airs it out deep, intended for Eggleston. He had another receiver, Dumas, in the area, both of them together. I'm guessing that wasn't meant to be.
No, it wasn't. Again, good coverage. We've seen good coverage all game long by the St. John's secondary. St. John's, I was starting to say, I had a chance to speak at their MC, their all sports banquet. They have got a lot of sports there for boys and girls. I mean, you know, field hockey, and it goes on and on. It's not just baseball, basketball, football, tennis, track, lacrosse,
soccer, both boys and girls.
Great sports program.
3rd and 21. There is a pass. There's a big league throw, but easily overthrown.
He needed a big league receiver on that one, about 7 feet tall.
Now there's a young man that is polite, if nothing else.
He went and got the ball. How about that?
Retrieving that. Rodney Kennedy, the senior. You don't often see that with a kid, you know. I mean, there was no question that ball, Jonathan Newar was back in coverage, but that ball was about 6 feet over his head. So here comes Childress back after discussing things with his head coach, Stephen Hill.
He'll punt, maybe.
Boy, they had it. They're back right about where they started. They'd have to go to the 26-yard line for a first down, so they kick it away, and St. John's going to get away from this one. No return as it's killed inside the 15. We'll be back to Rice Stadium. You're watching a Friday night edition of the Thursday Night Showdown as presented by, among others, Safe Auto Insurance. We're back at Rice Stadium. Okay, we're back at Rice Stadium, 13-7. And don't forget, we got plenty of college football for you tomorrow in high def right here on the Cube.
That's right. We got
Channel 653 on Comcast. We have Arkansas Vanderbilt, followed closely by a Southland Conference game, and I'm not sure who that is, but I know you know.
Well, of course I know.
Yeah.
Stephen F. Austin versus McNeese State at 3. And then at 6 p.m., the one and only High School Sports Zone with yours truly. So it's a great day of sports every Saturday on Channel 57, the Cube. St. John's needs to get something going here.
Gow is keeping it, picks up about 5. Let's go to Brooke on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I'm here on the Kinkaid sideline, and if you look down with me, right here, you might have seen these boards. These are the play calling signs for Kinkaid. They have 2 boards here, and they have assistant coaches who hold up the boards during the game, and obviously the players look over, and a combination of them, well, those are the offensive calls. Now, speaking of the offense, Coach Hill, well, he has his offensive players over on the side in a huddle. He was not happy with that last drive, so he's hoping that they can get something going, look at these boards, and then start executing. Guys, back up to you.
2nd and 4 from the 20. Gal with the keeper, and he is close to the first down. I know one thing is having sent 2 children to this conference through Episcopal High School, the $sign is something I was very familiar with, as I am sure the Kinkaid and St. John's parents are familiar with that. That is a symbol we all remember.
Good school.
Oh, unbelievable.
Great schools. And what was with the Texas OU board there? What does that stand for?
I don't know.
Well,
see if I
you could find out, I would appreciate it.
Gal picked up a couple there, so it's 3rd and 1 at the 23. As you see, Ford Childress tucking it over with the coaching staff at Kinkaid. There's the first down right there. Nathan Avery, the fullback, getting another carry. This young guy had rushed for over 600 yards through the 10 games and had scored 12 rushing touchdowns. Snodgrass on the stop for Kinkaid, one of the middle linebackers. So they do move the chains, 1st and 10, the ball at 26. As we are midway through quarter number 3 from Rice Stadium. Chris Gow under center. Mitchell Schwartz is the center. And we have an encroachment call against Kinkaid. That's St. John's offensive line across, looking right at those Kinkaid defenders, go 240, 240, 210, 210, and 250. Remember when I played high school football, I know, guys give me the leather helmet look. I think we had 2 guys on the whole team that were over 200 pounds. Oh, now we got a procedure call going the other way. Josh Blunt, I think I said Mitchell Schwartz. It's Blunt. Well, they are now, having successfully wiped out the last first down, they're back to the original line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Things have slowed a little bit here. Our clock that you see on your screen, not necessarily the one on the stadium clock. We are at the 5:33 mark. Where does that other clock? Seriously, where does that other clock come from?
Well, I think it has something to do with Halloween.
We have 2 clocks. We're going to go to the stadium clock. And I know the but, well, just a bit off. 2nd and 8 from the 28. How about Gal being thrown for a loss? And he is. Once again, Henry Waite, who did not wait to bring down the opposing quarterback. He's been big, and he was a nice young man as part of your scholar athlete interviews at halftime.
Going to play field hockey in college.
Now that's a picture you don't necessarily want to see. A kid that agile with a stick. That's wouldn't that be called lacrosse? Girls play field hockey, don't they?
He said field hockey.
He did?
No, he must have said lacrosse.
Well, let's straighten this out. I know lacrosse is in Wisconsin.
He did say lacrosse.
Now we got another procedure call as the left side of that offensive line jumped.
Flags on the play prior to the
Well, there were no flags on the play. Instead, a timeout was called prior to that. It's 13-7 with 4 minutes and change to go before the end of the 3rd. Third down, 3rd and 10 from the 26-yard line as we're coming out of the timeout. And the Mavericks and the Falcons. Low-scoring game, which has surprised some, and I'm among them. But we have a long way to go. Another down and out. J.D. Johnson with the sack. This sophomore linebacker has played himself a whale of a game, and the Mavs going to have to kick it away deep in their own end.
3-yard loss back to the 22-yard line.
Great play by J.D. Johnson against St. John's. Really has struggled offensively since the second series of the game. Credit the Kinkaid defense with that as well.
Loss of 4 on that, so it's 4th and 14. And they will punt it away from their own 10. Up. David Preston, if there was a fair catch signal, I didn't see it.
It was a quickie.
He sort of changed his mind, but we have 3:27 to go, third quarter. 33 yards on the punt. And are we sending it away, fellas, or are we going to keep it right here?
Going to Brooke.
Oh, we're going to Brooke. Okay, Brooke.
I am with the cheerleading captains, Ava and Lizzie, here at Kinkaid. And you guys, this is a very big week for you. And I know there's a lot of preparation that goes into it. Talk about the week that you guys spend building up to it, all the spirit things that you do. Talk about that.
Well, we have this thing called SOC, and it's Spirit of Kinkaid, and it's this big club that, like, every girl in the school joins. And what we do is we decorate the student center where, like, everyone can hang out, and we paper all the walls, and every person on a varsity sport gets their body painted, like a figure. Like, all the seniors gets like a figure painted, and we hang them all over the wall, so it's really fun.
All right, a lot of painting going on. And then talk about this game, because you guys, it's a big deal to be here at Rice, so you must be so excited to be able to cheer in this environment.
This game is so big to us because we won SPC last year. We were so excited to make it to SPC this year. And this is our huge rivalry against St. John's, our longest rivalry, and we're just so excited for it.
All right, and if you guys win SPC, what do you do after that? Because I'm sure there's a lot more painting to be done.
Well, we're actually going to storm the field. That's like the big thing that everyone does. We wait, we count down, there's like 5 seconds left, and then everyone in the stand just storms the field, so it's a lot of fun.
All right, now we have 2 guys up in the booth, Craig and Todd. Can you guys say back to you, Craig and Todd?
Back to you, Craig and Todd.
Well, thank you.
Very
ladies.
nice.
Very nicely done.
I want to know, I'm going to be down there at the end of the game when they storm the field. Am I going to be safe, Craig?
I think so. I think with that Iroquois haircut, you're in business. 1st and 10 from the 45. They ran little wildcat with Eggleston there while the ladies were talking. Then came back with Cord Childress at quarterback with Eggleston on the receiving end. Childress will keep it. Inside the 40, 35, inside the 30. Not as fleet of foot as perhaps others I've seen, but he's a load at 6'4", 210.
He's bigger than most of the guys on that defense.
You're right. When he hits the second level, he's looking at 170 pounders. 1st and 10. Ball right at the 30-yard line. Childress splits 2 receivers to the top, to the bottom. Eggleston inside the 20, 15, 10. Touchdown!
Late flag. Let's see if it counts. I thought I saw a flag.
Well,
yes, there is.
Yeah, holding call. I saw St. John's applauding. So wipe out the apparent touchdown of 30 yards. Holding. Well, let's wait.
I don't think it could have been too close to the play because he.
Well, it had to have been right. Well, no, he had a hold of his shirt. But I don't think that I didn't see the flag thrown, so I think he did. He did grit somebody. There were 2 possibilities, and I think grabbing a hold of that jersey was one of them at the 2:22 mark here. So the Falcons will have a first down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. You saw a pretty good example of the speed of Eggleston, even though the touch was called back. Childress inside the 15 to the 14-yard line.
Nice
St. John's. Yeah, Jake Horowitz, one of the down linemen, making the stop for St. John's. 3rd and 5. The ball at the 14-yard line. Kinkaid up 13-7. 1:36 on the clock. Complete. 5-yard line, and that is James Britt, who will line up as either a flanker or a fullback. He came off the flanker spot to make the reception, and the junior will get the first down. 1st and goal, Kinkaid.
First down.
Play action, wide open is Britt. Touchdown, Falcons. James Britt from 6 yards out, off the throw of Childress, his 41st touchdown pass of the season.
Got it right back, right after that penalty. Took him about 3 plays and got it done.
Throws the backers, and that's what play action's all about. Jonathan Newar came up to make the stop. That was the good news. The bad news for him, it was 2 yards into the end zone.
I think they're going to go for 2, try to get back that extra point they missed earlier.
We stand at 19-7, and they again go to the Wildcat with Eggleston taking the snap. And he's hit, drives forward, and gets the 2-point conversion.
Great run by Eggleston because St. John's pretty much knew what he was going to do, and he did it anyway.
21-7 with 1:14 to play in the 3rd quarter. Kinkaid, the defending SPC Division I champs, with a 2-touchdown lead after the 2-point conversion. We'll keep it right here. That was a drive that went 7 plays, 64 yards, and it was a rather tidy 1 minute, 12 seconds. They had a touchdown pass called back and a touchdown that counted. Here's another look at it. Play action, freezes the backers. Britt drifts into the flat, took a lick, went into the zone. And here is the conversion. As Todd said, there wasn't much deception here. He was either going to go left or right. He gave him a little juke to the left, took it off right tackle, and converted it. So St. John's will be on the receiving end, and we'll see if they can generate something following the touchdown. Plenty of time, 1:14 to go, 3rd. We've got a full quarter to go. In a game that's been played rather quickly, quite frankly.
Just like the weather. All right, St. John's just has to get something going. They have not done much of anything offensively since midway through the 1st quarter.
Ben Griffin on the return for St. John's. So Griffin comes off the field. We're at minute 7 to play here. You see a good look at the Mohawk. He's got something wrong with his headgear. He had a feather stuck in it or something, I suppose. But that look, I don't know. You never know.
I don't know.
Pretty good field position. They're on 38, 1st and 10. Minute and change to go. Chris Gow is the quarterback. He's gone all the way. Runs the beer, keeps it close to a face mask. He's brought down by just about everyone on the front 4. Again, Henry Wade in on the stop. So Gow didn't have much of an option on the option there.
No.
And Henry Wade's done a good job.
I think they're going to have to open it up a little bit. Kinkaid has just sent everybody in on defense.
No gain, 2nd and 10. The ball remains at the 38-yard line. They set the backs in an eye and split 2 receivers. Gow again keeps in, nothing doing. They have just jammed everything up.
Oh, there's a late flag.
David Duncan was the man who stopped it.
That might be 15 yards in St. John's favor.
There you go. Parkinson got that one right, and it is going to be a step off against Kinkaid. All right, after the step off here for the penalty, 15-yarder, we will have time for, I'm guessing, one more play, and then we'll step away at the end of the third. Kinkaid putting one across in the third quarter to make it a 2-touchdown advantage over St. John's. The new line of scrimmage, the 47-yard line of Kinkaid. Penalty free in the first half. We've had 5, I believe, here, including back-to-back procedure calls in the third. So it's been a busy quarter, and that is going to be the end of, they did let the clock run here in the stadium. That's the end of 3. We're away with Kinkaid leading at 21-7. 12 minutes to go to crown another SPC champ.
You're watching the Safe Auto Thursday Night Showdown on the Q.
The Falcons holding a 2-touchdown lead here in the SPC Division I title game. St. John's on the move with the 1st and 10, the ball at the 47-yard line, as they will now go right to left. They are the home standing team in this particular game, wearing the home white uniforms. Kinkaid in the dark, obviously. The inside veer picks up about 2. So make it 2nd and 8. Gow on the keeper.
We're in the middle of production right now. Thank you. It's all right.
They give him 1, so make it 2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line. Beautiful night for football. We want to thank all of our sponsors, of course. Safe Auto Insurance. Remember, minimum state coverage, maximum savings. Safe Auto Insurance. 2nd and 9. Kinkaid. Gow keeps. Brought down by J.D. Johnson. Johnson nearing double figures in tackles, including a 1 sack for a loss of 7.
5-yard gain brings up 3rd down and 5.
3rd and 5.
From the Falcon 42.
Ball up at the line of scrimmage, the 42-yard line. Split a couple of receivers to the bottom of your screen, the single setback, or rather in the eye. And the give is to Nathan Avery, the fullback, and he's going to be stopped for no gain. And again, it's J.D. Johnson on the stop.
All right, I'm back. Did you miss me?
I did. Where did you?
I had a call. I was getting all the updates on the football games.
Oh, okay, good.
So we've got some great highlights coming up on the High School Sports Zone show, Saturday and Sunday at 6. Some big games tonight. Of course, this one. A lot of big games around the area. Lamarck and Pearland Dawson. The Woodlands and College Park out to the north. LaPorte and Port Arthur Memorial, one of the marquee games. We'll have some 4A action as well. So a lot of great games to check out on the show coming up Saturday and Sunday at 6 o'clock. We'll also have a big story on the Sci-Fair Bobcats team.
All right, timeout on the 4th and 6 from the 43. We shall be back. Rice Stadium, Kinkaid by 2 touches. So we're back with a 4th and 6 from the 43. They perhaps should have stayed in punt formation as they were in prior to the timeout. Dan Twerdy tried to get something going. They had to generate something, but there's still 9:40 to go in this game. And you can generally get something going, but
it just,
just didn't happen.
4th and 6, that was more of a 4th and 1 call.
So Kinkaid takes it over. They're in control at this point. 9:44 left on the board, and as Coach Steve Hill said, as our halftime guest that Brooke interviewed at halftime, the seniors on this team made some emotional speeches prior to the game, and I'm sure that was done on St. John's side also. But right now, Kinkaid looking like if they can hang on here, tack another one, as Childress has got all day and all night to throw. Almost picked off after the ball went through the hands of Macon Wilson. Brooke?
Well, you just saw Kinkaid's defense hold there, and they've been shutting out St. John's so far in the second half. Thomas Dillon, one of the defensive backs of the team, well, he's all about the pink. Kinkaid, their school color is main color is purple. Well, no, he goes with pink socks and then pink gloves because he's supporting breast cancer awareness. So he's showing his pink power, and he's quite proud of it. He said there's lucky socks and gloves. So far, they're working out for him. Guys, back up to you.
Wilson inside St. John's territory, taken down at about the 48.
Well, they've been running that play all game long, haven't they?
They have. Wilson's been busy. Came into this game with 71 catches and 21 touchdowns.
I think those
21.
I think those are going down as completed passes. Well.
Yeah, they are. And my guess is a lot of the totals are those short swings out of the backfield. They all add up. They all count. They run, of course, the spread offense that's so wildly popular in college ball. Wilson is in motion. Childress keeps it, runs over a kid, and then is stopped. Logan Smith, one of the safeties for St. John's, in on the stop. So it's a 1st and 10, the ball right at the 40-yard line. 8:45, and the clock is moving. You can start our clock. .8:31 to go. Fake to Wilson, the deep throw, man there. Incomplete. Almost intercepted by Grayson Creighton. Nice coverage. Young man's got an arm, there's no doubt about it. Brady had the inside step, and he did turn around and look for the ball. But it was incomplete, intended for Rodney Kennedy. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 40. Snodgrass, or Eccleston, I'm sorry. John Snodgrass is not on that team. Eggleston makes the stop. Eggleston was stopped with yet another 1st down as they move it down to the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 30. Clock running. For a team that likes to go up and down and score in a hurry, they're more than happy to run some clock right now. There's the pitch to Eggleston. And he didn't have a whole lot of room to turn up field. He was run out of bounds, and those arms will get a little rug burn here on this artificial surface. We do have a flag on the play. Let's see what that's about. And it's holding against the Falcons. I believe it's Britt with the hold right there.
There it is.
James Britt had that fine catch and run for a touchdown that was called back. Eggleston tiptoed the sideline, but it was negated with the hold. So it is first and 19 from the 39-yard line. There's a different look. Sets two receivers, got one guy in the slot. There's the pitch. Eggleston, the ball carrier. Tripped up and stopped.
Now, St. John's needs a big play in a big way. They're down by 2 touchdowns, only 7:30 to go. And one more score here by Kinkaid will seal the deal. But they need a turnover. They need something.
Logan Smith in on the stop. So they move it down to the 33-yard line. Pick up from 6. Moving toward the 7-minute mark here in the 4th and final quarter of play. We're at Rice Stadium. Don't forget, we'll be with you again. Our Thursday night showdown will return to Thursday night. We'll be down in League City on this coming Thursday. Eggleston, the 15, and he's run out at the 15-yard line. Ben Griffin. Griffin with help, cutting down the angle. It was actually Jonathan Newar who knocked him out. Griffin helped cut the angle, but it's a 1st and 10 at the 17. Under 7 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Kinkaid coming into this game 10-0. St. John's 8-2. Both teams unbeaten in SPC Division I play. Wilson, the 10, and dropped at the 10-yard line. Douglas Berkman on the stop for St. John's.
And as we mentioned throughout the game, this is a 2-for-1. Normally there's a 1-game playoff to determine the SPC champion, but since these teams were tied and undefeated entering the regular season finale, they decided let's just get it done right now rather than play again next week.
2nd and 2, the ball at the 9-yard line. How about this formation? Put a man in motion. Give is to Wilson up the middle, and he's got the touchdown. Macon Wilson's 22nd touchdown of the season. And that may do it because St. John's is having one heck of a time getting anything going.
That probably will. Craig, I'm going to make my way down to the field. In a little bit, we'll have a special trophy presentation, and so I'll see you in a bit.
All right. They get a double dipper tonight in that respect. They get the conference championship, and they get the hard to come by Thursday night, albeit a Friday.
Yes. There you go.
Benji Thomas with the point after, and it's good.
Wait, I'm not.
So we send it to a break from Rice Stadium in Houston, where Kinkaid's Falcons have taken a commanding 28-7 lead over their arch rivals, the St. John's Mavericks. Kinkaid's cheerleaders have been active. Nice job by both cheerleading groups, both schools at halftime. St. John's and Kinkaid's young ladies both got to go out and strut their stuff. Now it's Benji Thomas going to kick it off as we give you the last drive. 9 plays, 58 yards, took 3:36 off the clock, and it was Macon Wilson going in for the touchdown. This is Twerdy. He is tripped up just short of the 40-yard line. So St. John's trying to generate something, get something going here in the final 6 minutes or so. 23 yards on the return. He's had a couple of decent returns tonight. Wilson, who got the touchdown, has been active. David Creston probably has had the best return of the night. If you recall, helped set up a touchdown. There are the SPC Division I standings. And again, Episcopal, you can add one more to their overall season total wins. They won a game last night. So Episcopal ends up 7-3 overall on the season. But these two units both unbeaten in district play coming into this one. Pass incomplete. It was intended for John Mace. And his #1 counterpart, Thomas Dillon, sophomore, on the coverage. 2nd and 10 from the 37-yard line. St. John's scored first, took the lead, 7-0. They haven't been able to generate much of anything since then. As Kinkaid led it, 13-7. Then that was at the half, then converted in the 3rd quarter, a 2-point conversion to 21, and then scored here just a couple of minutes ago. Gao has gone all the way at quarterback. He's on the keeper right here. He made something out of nothing, falls forward for a couple of more yards. And John Snodgrass in on the stop for Kinkaid. Glad I got to mention John's name as I had him carrying the ball for the wrong team moments ago. We like to correct those mistakes. 3rd and 6, the ball at the 41-yard line.
Cheerleaders, tell them to come over here. All right.
Gao, give to Nathan Avery. 6'2", 180, he's a junior. The fullback's had a lot of time to play this year. Done a good job. Got 12 rushing touchdowns coming into this game. He's bordering on 135 carries or maybe more on the season so far.
4-yard gain brings up a 4th down and 3.
4th and 3 from the 44. The clock continues to move, and it moves, quite frankly, in Kinkaid's favor. And they're going to see if they can't make a 4th and 3, keep the ball. It's 4-down territory. Even though you don't like to do it in your own end, there's not much doubt, and there's not much doubt that Kinkaid has won this game, going to turn it over. And again, it's J.D. Johnson with his 2nd quarterback sack of this evening. Sophomore quarterback's had himself quite a game. So the Falcons take over on downs, and the official stadium clock showing 4:18 to play. 4:18 is our official time. Our clock is running, but it should, I'll just give you the correct time here. Our clock is a little wacky. I think it's Halloween. I think Todd had it nailed. Kinkaid puts Eggleston in the Wildcat, and he gets it up almost to the 30-yard line. He's got a 1st down, gain of 11. We're a little ahead.
You're just going to cheer it out, whatever you want. Mavericks, whatever.
1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Again, it is Ford Childress at quarterback. The give is to Eccleston. He's taken down near another 1st down at about the 20 or the 21-yard line. It's a pickup of 9. 2nd and 1. 3:26 showing in the 4th quarter here from Rice Stadium. Next week, this coming Thursday, it'll be Brazos Wood against Clear Springs. We'll be in League City for that one. That'll be a 7 o'clock kickoff here on theCUBE, bringing you live high school action on the Thursday night showdown. And this time it's a Friday showdown. Sam Eccleston, the senior, 6 foot, 170 pounds. He's had himself a nice game. 20 touchdowns coming into this game. That's a nice season. 9 rushing, 11 catches for touchdowns. 2:47 showing on the clock. Got official timeout they're going to measure. We're going to be checking out our play of the game here coming up as we have the official measurement. First down.
First down.
Here's our Safe Auto play of the game. He's had a heck of a night. Macon Wilson, 21 touchdowns coming in. That was his 22nd. And that's your Safe Auto Insurance play of the game. And we remind you, minimum state coverage, maximum savings. 2:42 to play in this fourth quarter. Kinkaid with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They load up that backfield. Britt now goes into the slot to the left of Ford Childress. Eggleston to the 15, inside the 15. Ball is on the floor. And I think we have a recovery by St. John's. Douglas Berkman, who has an interception in this game, I think just recovered a fumble. Good for him. There it is, popped out, and Johnny on the spot, or rather Douglas on the spot. The linebacker with an interception and a fumble recovery as it was coughed up by Sam Eggleston. 2:22 to show on the stadium clock. So St. John's has one last gasp here with 2:22 to go. They have done a great job just jamming up that Veer offense. The option has hardly even been an option tonight. Kinkaid's defense just swarms on Chris Gow. And here's our annual Alan Samuels drive of the game. Childress, Wilson. Part of what this young man's done tonight. Both running the ball, receiving the ball, and this time it's Eccleston who gets it down. On the keeper, Childress with a nice gainer. Then the touchdown pass to Britt, or the near touchdown at the 5-yard line. I would thought that was the one that was called back. This is the one that counted, and it's Britt into the zone, and then it's Eggleston on the keeper, the 2-point conversion, and that is your Alan Samuels drive of the game. Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram in Cape. And we thank all of our sponsors. Safe Auto Insurance, Churches, Primeway, Bayway, Prime, all who help make high school football live and local in the greater Houston area, and we thank them. Our thanks, of course, to the crew and my statistician. I say our. It's not like I'm paying you, but Michael Knapp, always a great help. Todd has gone down on the field for the trophy presentation as Dan Twerdy is the ball carrier for St. John's. The clock showing 47-44. We're counting it down. We've got it all synced up. So there's 1 or 2 more plays left in St. John's on a 3rd and 13. But Kinkaid has defended its title in the SPC, winning back-to-backs. Steve Hill's team done a heck of a job, and they're going to walk off this field a perfect 11-0. A lot of hard work goes in the classroom and on the field. Both these teams deserve a lot of credit. St. John's will end the season at 8-3, 5-1 in district play, and Kinkaid goes to 10-0, 6-0 in the district and the SPC, the Southwest Preparatory Conference champions. Here's your last play of this game. And it's a good one. That's it. As St. John's Nathan Avery completes his junior year as a football player. The crowd's obviously heavily Kinkaid onto the field as they have won the SPC championship for the second year in a row. Great big crowd down on the field, and the players saluting the crowd, holding their helmets up. And somewhere in all of that, I suspect both Brooke and Todd Freed will let them get settled in this game. Again, the only lead of the game for St. John's came early after the pass interception. They went in to score. The extra point was good, 7-0. Kinkaid, though, took a 13-7 lead at the half. And then it was all Kinkaid in that second half with a touchdown in the third and the fourth. Included in that was a 2-point conversion. And your final score from Rice, Kinkaid 28 and St. John's Mavericks 7. Our congratulations to both schools. Heck of a job, and we're waiting for Todd Freed to get all in that melee down there on the field. Good crowd as it turned out. Again, a reminder, we're on your television set next Thursday, Brazos Wood against Clear Springs, and our college coverage begins tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock on theCUBE. Arkansas and Vanderbilt, that will be in high definition. If you're on Comcast, that will be channel 653. And for direct and dish TVs, you're on your own on that one. I'm not quite sure, but it will be in high def. And then, of course, we will also have at 3 o'clock a Southland Conference game. And then at 6 o'clock, it'll be Todd Freed's High School Sports Zone. You'll have highlights of all the weekend's action, which includes, of course, volleyball and football from many games around the greater area. And speaking of Todd, let's go down on the field.
Hope you can hear me down here because it's total bedlam. Coach Hill, congratulations. Go undefeated. What an incredible season.
You know, it's a testament to these kids, the way they work. You know, they came out. We had a goal, you know, to do this in the summer. They came, they worked hard, put the time in the weight room. We knew we had a good team. I didn't know we had this good of a team, so I'm just really proud. This is something to dream about, so we're just going to enjoy the night.
So you do it, final game of the season against your biggest rival, the Rice Stadium. How special is that?
I got the greatest job in the world, coaching football at Kinkaid High School.
Congratulations. We have a special trophy for you, our special Friday night edition, Thursday night showdown. Coach, congratulations on a great season and the victory tonight. I know you're getting a big SPC championship trophy as well, so you'll put that right alongside. And just some final thoughts on what these guys have achieved all year long, and what a great scene here it is at Rice.
It's a great scene. You know, we had a great leader in Ford Childress. We had 4 senior offensive linemen, and you can't say enough about our defense. Clayton Sanders is the best defensive coordinator in the city. He shut down a good offense tonight, so I'm really proud to have him on my staff.
All right, well, congratulations, Coach. Great job. Kinkaid Falcons win the SPC championship. A lot of fun for the Falcons down here as they storm the field, and they are the Thursday night showdown, Friday night edition champions. All right, guys, congratulations to Coach, and we're going to go right back up to Craig. Craig, great scene down here, and we'll send it back to you to close it out. Congratulations to the Falcons.
All right, Todd, and congratulations to Coach Hill. He pointed out that the leaders usually are the seniors, and in that case, 4 Childress and 4 senior linemen, and they did quite a job. Our next game coming up Thursday will be in League City for Brazos Wood and Clear Springs as we dip back into the UIL public school area. This game tonight, and I was asked along the way, how come you're doing a Friday night game? Well, we can do that with the schools that are not in the UIL, and it was pretty cool. So we appreciate it, and a lot of enthusiasm out here. We're going to send it back to Channel 57, theCUBE. We had a lot of fun out here tonight. So did Kinkaid and St. John's. 28-7 your final. We'll see you next Thursday. For Todd Freed and for Brooke Bentley and Statman Michael Knapp, I'm Craig Roberts. Good evening from Rice Stadium.